So it is Friday. It's time to make a new video.
Hello.
Hello, Daan. What are you doing?
I'm filing down some sharp fret ends on this Stratocaster.
Why?
Well, the customer came in last week with this guitar, and it had some really sharp. Was a brand new neck, and it had some really sharp fret ends. So I'm taking care of that.
Can you show me the fret ends? Maybe if I
Can you see them?
come in very close. They look nice to me. What do you feel?
Yeah, they look nice, but they have some really small sharp edges, which you can't really see them.
Okay.
But when you gently go across them with your fingers, you really feel some small on the top side of the frets, and on those small corners. You can definitely feel them.
It's hard to get on video, but well, a lot of people are not aware of sharp fret ends because they just don't. They have that very nice playing technique that they just don't feel it. Is it something that happens often? Do you reckon?
Yeah, it happens pretty often, and even when a guitar is built really well, because of the wood that it's a living. Well, it doesn't live, but it's, how do you call it? Yeah. It's dead right now, but it's moving because of the movement in the wood.
That's the word, yeah.
Movement. You sometimes just get some sharp fret ends.
Yeah.
So it can be just some bad craftsmanship or
movement
of the wood.
Hold on. We do a lot of refrets. I think sometimes 2 or 3 a week, right?
Yep.
And we always warn the customer if the guitar just comes out of our hands, that even in 2 weeks or 2 months or maybe 2 years, there is a chance that fret ends will become a little bit sharp.
Yeah.
And we do use a lot of ebony, and especially ebony has the tendency to do that. And for me, the reason is because just like you said, the wood is moving. And although the metal of the frets is obviously moving, having some how do you call it? Movement. It gets a little bit bigger and smaller according to temperature, but it's not that much that a normal wood can do with humidity. So even if you have very craftfully made a refret, you can have sharp frets. So what I see you do now is with this little file, and this is something we do with after a refret often, but normally we get rid of the fret ends with normal files like this one. This we made this years ago, that one. And that should be enough. If someone comes in with the sharp fret ends, normally it takes us 15 minutes and then they're gone. But apparently not on this one, and I think that's something to do with the way it has been finished. I think this is a guitar that has been finished and then fretted, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you can feel it's almost not noticeable, but sometimes with some frets you have a little gap between the fret and the fretboard. It's really small, but
just show me what you're doing then.
Yeah, I just right now I just feel with my
No, what you
what I did with this one. Yeah. Well,
maybe you don't dare to do it now when you're on camera.
Always a danger of going wrong. No. You have on this file you have the filing side and you have a flat side. Yeah. So it's safe to use on.
Hold on.
On the fretboard.
What I did, I made a little. I don't know how you call it. before I used it, this was sharp as well.
Yeah, little chamfer.
And I chamfered it before we could use it. But
Yes.
now it's really good.
Yeah, and then you can just use it.
Is this
without
something,
my hand in front of it.
is this something people can do themselves at home? You reckon?
Yeah, if you have the tool for it, you can do it yourself.
But you really need to be very careful.
Yeah,
because
you need to be
in
very
no
careful.
time you will have some
Yes.
burrs on this side.
Yeah. Yeah, you can really damage the fretboard.
So, what can we more talk about when it comes to fret ends?
Fret ends. Let's have a look.
Well, because of the sharpness of fret ends, especially the last couple of years, we never do frets like this anymore.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah. What we do is we use a fake binding or a real binding, and you do it on your guitars as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And have you got one of the guitars with you at the moment?
No.
You can't show us.
Should I grab one of yours with the
sure,
blind fret ends?
Oh yeah, you can see it
This one,
here.
for example. You don't see the fret thing.
You don't see the fret tang anymore, and it's a lot nicer. And the fret ends are not sharp anymore as well. That's the Gibsons with binding. They have a less tendency to have sharp fret ends as well.
Yeah.
At least in our experience.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's up next when you're done with the ends? I'm seeing there's some white spirit here. Are you going to burn it?
No, it has the tool we use to protect the fretboard. When some marks are from the tape are on here, I just use use this to clean it up a bit.
Yeah.
But next, after I've done this tool,
hold on. This is a little mask, and then we've got some sanding paper and some steel wool.
Yeah.
And I even see you use a fret file for this job. So
yeah,
these frets needed a lot of work, I would say.
At first, it looked like just a really small job, just a few sharp fret ends, but this one just needs a little bit of more work.
Yeah.
But how I started, I first used this one. This is normally used to crown the frets.
Okay.
But it's also very useful to use on the side of the fret to mainly get the sharp edges on the top to take them away.
Yep.
So I first used that one. After that, the file we just talked about. To take the sharp edges that are on the fretboard away. Then I take this and cover the fret and use some fine sandpaper. It's 500 grit, and I use that to I've already done this one, but can use it for an example. And then I sand the very coarse marks that these files left away.
Yeah.
After that is done, I use the steel wool to really polish the fret.
And if I'm right, this is just the beginning of a setup and maintenance job on this guitar, right?
Yeah. After I've done all the frets, I will also polish the rest of the frets. So just use this one flat on top and then polish the complete fret.
Yeah.
And then it's a full setup. Yeah. First checking the electronics, using some, how do you call it in English?
I don't know.
WD-40.
WD-40, yeah.
For the potentiometers. So I first check the electronics, and then it's time to put the strings on the guitar, and get the nut to the right height, set the correct bow in the neck, height of the strings with the bridge.
Yeah. But
intonation.
I would go around the other way. I would do the correct bow in the neck first, and then the setup of the nut.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do too.
Okay.
Yeah. I just mentioned them in the wrong order.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Well, talking about sharp ends, well, this is what you call sharp fret ends. Okay. This was it for this Friday. See you next Friday.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.